Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join the channel if you love Ohio State football, NFL coaching news, and behind-the-scenes stories that connect college football to the pros. Let's get into it. Big news just dropped in the football world, and it's a moment that should make every Ohio State fan pause, smile, and maybe even feel a little proud, because a familiar name from Columbus is climbing all the way to the top of the NFL coaching ladder. Former Ohio State defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley has officially been hired as the new head coach of the Miami Dolphins, and this move is bigger than it might look at first glance. Hafley's journey is a perfect example of how Ohio State doesn't just develop elite players, it also develops elite coaches who are ready for the biggest stages in football. Let's rewind for a moment, because Hafley's rise has been fast, impressive, and strategic. Back in 2019, Jeff Hafley arrived in Columbus as Ryan Day's defensive coordinator, and in just one season, he made an immediate impact. That Ohio State defense was aggressive, disciplined, and fast, the kind of unit that makes quarterbacks uncomfortable before the snap even happens. Hafley was only there for 1 year, but that 1 year was enough to put him on the national radar as one of the brightest defensive minds in college football. After that season, he took a leap of faith and accepted the head coaching job at Boston College, stepping into a program that needed rebuilding, culture change, and patience. While his time there had ups and downs, it showed something important about Hafley. He wasn't afraid of responsibility, and he wasn't afraid of learning through adversity. That experience mattered, because when the Green Bay Packers came calling, they weren't just hiring a defensive coordinator, they were hiring a coach who had already run an entire program. In Green Bay, Hafley spent 2 seasons transforming the Packers' defense into a more modern, flexible, and aggressive unit, earning respect from players, executives, and fellow coaches across the league. And now, at just 46 years old, that journey has led him to Miami, where he takes over as the head coach of the Dolphins, one of the most talented but inconsistent teams in the NFL. This is a massive step, not just for Hafley, but for Ryan Day's coaching tree, because this makes Jeff Hafley the first assistant under Day to become an NFL head coach. That matters. It shows that the Ohio State program isn't just about winning Saturdays, it's about building leaders who can succeed anywhere. For Day, this is another win that doesn't show up in the box score, but absolutely helps Ohio State's reputation on the recruiting trail. Think about it from a recruit's perspective. You come to Ohio State, you're coached by coordinators who don't just know football, they're future NFL head coaches. That's powerful, that's development, that's proof of concept. And while Buckeye fans may wish Hafley had stayed in Columbus longer, there's also pride in watching someone who once wore scarlet and gray on the sideline now take charge of an entire NFL franchise. In Miami, Hafley inherits a team loaded with speed, star power, and expectations. The Dolphins have been knocking on the door of greatness but haven't quite broken through, and that's where Hafley's defensive mindset and leadership experience could make the difference. He's known for accountability, communication, and player buy-in, 3 things every locker room needs, especially at the NFL level. His hiring also continues a growing trend. NFL teams are looking more and more to college football for innovative minds, not just old recycled names. Hafley represents the new wave, young, adaptable, detail-oriented, and respected by players. For Ohio State, this is another chapter in a story that keeps repeating itself. Coaches come to Columbus, sharpen their skills, win big, and then take the next step to the highest levels of the sport. And that cycle doesn't weaken the program, it strengthens it. It makes Ohio State a destination not just for 5-star recruits, but for elite coaching talent as well. So while the Dolphins celebrate their new head coach, Buckeye fans should see this as another sign that Ryan Day's program is doing something right behind the scenes. The coaching tree is growing, the reputation is growing, and the influence of Ohio State football continues to spread across the entire sport, from Saturdays in the Horseshoe to Sundays in the NFL. Jeff Hafley's story isn't just about a job promotion, it's about the pipeline, the culture, and the standard that Ohio State continues to set. And if history is any indicator, this probably won't be the last Buckeye assistant to make this kind of leap. So keep your eyes open, because the next big NFL head coach might be standing on the Ohio State sideline right now.